from any W Jersey.
Yo, let's take them back. I'm about to do some of my old type of time, right? My riff type content. I want to see the Philadelphia Eagles get back to the meat and potatoes of it going into the playoffs now. You got to see the Arizona Cardinals beat the Philadelphia Eagles by playing like the Philadelphia Eagles. It is uncanny. The more and more I go back and watch this is the same type of game plan that the Philadelphia Eagles would stifle people with. I'm talking about holding the ball for entire quarters, making sure that every possession you get is a lot more magnified because you do not get that many possessions. Playing solid line of scrimmage defense and, of course, dominating the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball by way of the run. Now, I want to talk about your man Jordan Davis again, right? Getting in on this all-22, it's even worse for this guy than I thought. Somebody like him, man, he needs to be put on the back burner. I told y'all before, not a big Jordan Davis fan. I never have been a big Jordan Davis fan, covering him at the University of Georgia. I was actually kind of sad that he was the pick for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? I wasn't covering the team at the time, so I couldn't express that, at least on content. But if you see stuff like this, right, what do you have here? Are you going to have that counter action? So you're going to be running that counter O, right? More like a counter OH there. You get this from under center here. You'll see the back here, James Conner, who's a very good back. A lot better than people were saying, right? In Pittsburgh, because to me, he's better than Najee Harris. Waste of a pick in Najee Harris, in my opinion. But you see right there, your man Jordan Davis, what does he do? Absolutely nothing. Like, come on, man. You're anchoring this right here, and this is the effort you give? Look at him jogging behind the play. Right, look at him, right? Y'all remember I was making fun of him, right? When he looked like he was running with two left knees and shit like that. Look at that. It looked like he's running on stilts. He's not even bending his knees or anything. He's behind the plate jogging. Look at everybody else giving maximum effort out there, right? Even James Bradbury, Reed Blankenship coming all the way from his safety post, Sidney Brown. Come on, man. This is the guy that you picked in the first round to anchor your defensive line. Five linemen, right? Or 5 line of scrimmage players, 4 guys down, 1 guy up in the linebacker position. So you can see here how it's balanced. You would get these 3 guys here, right? On this plane, right? Going to the right. And, of course, you would get these 3 guys on the left. Different ways of anchoring there, but a way to balance out the line. As you can see here, Jordan Davis on the tilt. And then you got Morrow stacked off here, and his foot is on the outside of the center there. So they balance that up and everything. So it should be easy peasy if you're giving maximum effort. Look at him come off the ball, right? He knifes a gap, gets stoned, and that was it, right? That was it. I'm not sure if the shit reverberated through his shoulders, down his spine, into the crack of his ass, right? Pause. He was done. Absolutely done right there. He's on mini quadriplegic mode right there. Look at him running stiffer than a motherfucker. He disengages just to say he did. Just to say in film class, like, hey, look, man, I did disengage a little bit. And then he starts jogging. Come on, man. What are we doing here? That is not Philadelphia Eagles football. Come on, man. Jordan Davis. Similar deal right here. Jordan Davis had a one technique. They're going to be running that counter OT, right? They're going to be pulling the guard. They're going to be pulling the tackle here. This is a gap scheme. This is a man's league, right? This tests your mentality. Jordan Davis not passing the mentality test doing shit like this. Look at this. Where's the sense of urgency at in that, right? And look at this run right here. Come on, man. Run that again. You see Jordan Davis coming right here. This play could have been blown up had he come off with a sense of urgency and completely wrecked the guard coming by on him, right? Look at this. Bang. If he hits that right there, collapses that, this play doesn't even get started. You push that man back into the backfield. Understand, right? He has a gap assignment there. He has his foot in his gap there. But that doesn't mean it's time for you to lay it down, right? You come off with a sense of urgency, pop that man in his chest, just create havoc. All you got to do is create havoc there. You have to want it. Want to. Look at this. He's just allowing himself to get gapped. That's it right there. He can just say, well, I did my job. I did my job. They didn't come in my gap, coach. They did not come in my gap, coach. No. You see everybody out there battling. He's just standing there. Right? He's standing there manning his gap. When it can call right now for just complete and utter chaos right there, your man's not doing anything. This is an inside-out game. Inside-out game, man. If you're not doing what you have to do on the inside, the rest of this shit just really is not going to work. Head up over the nose on this one, right? Look at this. Come on, man. Come on. Like he didn't want to make the tackle. Like he didn't want to. They're running these counter schemes. They're pulling everything. They're running some really good shit right here, the Arizona Cardinals right there. My man could blow this up. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would. We got to get that out of there, right? Someone like Chris Jones playing right there, he would have bench pressed my man right here, had him on roller skates on ice right up into the fullback. That would have cut everything in half, right? Everybody would have been on the ground. It would have been a bowling pin situation right there. My man, he unearths, right? He disengages to not really even get a hand on James Conner, and then bang, splatter wax and fertilizes himself. What are we doing here, man? He still get 3-4 yards out of something that could have been no gainer or even a loss. Last one right here, back shaded. And look at this. F it, man. Look at that. Pushes a little bit. That's it. Back to stiff knees. Jogging behind the play. Everybody else flying to Kyler Murray here. My man right here, he said he gave it his best shot. I gave it my best shot, coach. I didn't make the play. Comes off the ball right here, sends a man up, not really driving. You don't see the leg drive. First and foremost, before the play started, his knee is on the ground. This man is out of shape the more the season goes on. That doesn't even make sense. You would think you would get in better shape the more the season comes on. Like, I can imagine being out of shape when camp first starts and all this and that, right? He's in his second year, too, so I don't want to hear that rookie wall shit either. He's in his second year. So he's getting out of shape the more the season goes on. That is unbelievable to me right there. But his knee is on the ground right there. That always lets you know he doesn't have much of a burst left, right? He shot his entire wad already, right? Pause. Look at that. Standing up straight. Standing up straight, what is that going to do, man? Bend them knees, get up under this guy's chest, move him out of the way. Bang, the double hits. Look at that. Standing tall and talented, right? Standing tall like Mutombo. Not in the house of Mutombo ass. What are we doing here, right? Then, of course, when they disengage, he's going to be jogging behind the play. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Now I see people are picking up what I'm putting down, right? Your man Brian Baldinger, right? He says, it's clear that Jordan Davis is out of shape. I don't know what they find him every week. I got to believe they find him every week. He's overweight and it shows. He's not pursuing the football. He's nothing in the pass rush. Have I not been saying this stuff right here, right? Have I not been saying this stuff? Baldinger went on to call Davis out further, suggesting that the Eagles may be looking at adding help on the interior of the defense if they want to see any improvement. If he's going to play with that effort and be overweight like that, he's just not effective right now. They need another guy inside. Baldinger said, I'm not sure why he keeps dressing. When plays are going on, he's basically walking on the field, so it's just bad. Come on, man. I want to see Marlon Tuipulotu out there. Marlon plays like his hair's on fire. Maybe he doesn't come with the type of accolades that Jordan Davis had from being on Georgia and being on a high-profile team like that. But I know Marlon Tuipulotu can play some damn good football, and he will at least give Max some effort. If you can't do that, what else can you do? Play Jordan Davis his 5 or 10 snaps, right? Let him maximize the little bit of gas tank that he has and let Marlon Tuipulotu anchor the line of scrimmage. It's better than continuing to put your hand on the fire, right? Or put your hand on the stove. How many times you going to put your hand on the stove before you know that it's hot? Don't touch it. This is crazy to me, man. Coach Sirianni is a huge disappointment to me. I'm already not a big fan of rah-rah coaches. These coaches that just want to jump up and chest bump and all that. I like these X's and O's coaches, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, this man doesn't have any X's and O's to him. You can tell. He's calling these plays. Keep blaming Brian Johnson all you want. This is not his style of football. Brian Johnson comes from the meat and potatoes brand of football of Urban Meyer and Dan Mullen. Your man Sirianni was the one throwing the ball all over the yard with Phillip Rivers and people like that. Make it make sense to me. Use your brain. Speaking of using your brain, there's a saying out here in Jersey, right? Now, while it may not be grammatically correct, actually it's not grammatically correct, you get the point when people say it out here. Is you stupid? Right? We're going to have to do the drop from a man from the Outlaws, right? When people do dumb shit, we're going to have to go ahead and hit them with this.
What the fuck is you stupid?
Like, come on, your man Sirianni right here. This was a surprise to me. It says, Eagles Rashad Penny surprise active in week 17. So, obviously, that's going against his Cardinals in his last Cardinals game. And he didn't see a snap. Look, Penny did not see the field in Sunday's loss to the Cardinals, although he was active. Right? It's one thing to have him on the team, which is dumb to begin with, right? You could have traded Rashad Penny. Plenty of teams needed an impact running back, and he is every bit that. Remember, the highest yards per carry average for an entire career in NFL history is Rashad Penny. I think he's tied for it. What are we doing here?
What the fuck is you stupid?
He has to be, right? Come on. Even my man Haas Reddick knows about that out here. Camden's own, South Jersey's own Haas Reddick.
Y'all sit here and say that sacks ain't the most important thing. Is you fucking stupid?
Come on. This is the exact guy if you want to get back to the meat and potatoes. So this lets me think that we are about to get back to the meat and potatoes. It's time to rise again, baby. The Indy playoffs, anything can happen. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys, right? We played against the Kansas City Chiefs, the best passing team in all of the land, arguably. And how did they beat us in the Super Bowl? They did not have a great passing attack that game, right? We kind of stifled that, or however you want to say, whatever you want to say, made that the way it was dampened. They started running the ball. We couldn't stop Isaiah Pacheco, right? Another South Jersey cat from out here in Violin. And, of course, even Patrick Mahomes was getting yards on the ground. One game scenario, you have to do whatever it takes to win. Getting back to the meat and potatoes, grinding on them, shortening the game, gap schemes, working with your zone schemes, working with your short, quick game, move the chains. That's what I'm talking about. We can be any team doing that. You have to have a commitment to the run. Coach Johnson comes from a background that has a commitment to the run. Your man, Coach Sirianni, does not come from a background that has a commitment to the run. I don't care if we have to play small ball. Another cat that I'm tired of, to be honest with you, is A.J. Brown. You talk about a super diva. Like, I remember when we were winning, he was mad that he wasn't getting the ball. Now he gets the ball, right? He was going on a stretch there, and we started losing with him getting the ball a lot, right? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to win the game, right? He's making Jalen Hurts all panicky and scared and shit like that, having to try to force the ball to him and all that. Like, it shouldn't be about that. You know, if you got to play small ball, it is what it is. We already know what this play is right here, right? This is going to be our quick zone. This was our bread and butter, right? Quick zone with a tight aiming point, right? Off the back outside hip, usually, of the end man on the line of scrimmage, cutting it back that way. It seems like teams are playing us for that now, right? Trying to take that away. You see it right there? Backside is gone. Great squeeze down by that particular overhang defender, right? We're calling an overhang defender. I'm not sure it's the cornerback or whatever like that. But the overhang defender coming right there, squeezing down, taking away one of the bread and butter plays. But you know what you can do off of that? You can do what you have to do, right? Another quick zone, right? Same deal right here. This time, you're shooting my man Dallas Goedert out the back end right here. You have an answer for it. If they want to play with the overhang defender like that, right, you can bluff that, get the ball on the edges, let that man do what he has to do. I don't mind it. Who out there is going to mind a win? We're crying because we're losing, right? That's what they say, right? People out there crying because we're losing, it should be whatever, right? By any means necessary to get a win. Look at this. Your man Jonathan Gannon, you can say what you want to say about him. He understands the Philadelphia Eagles running game and what it takes to stop it, right? Or at the very least dampen it. Those cutback lanes. DeAndre Swift is hell on wheels. He can get you going one way, cut it back against the grain. Now look, they forced him front side. You see that? They're slow playing it on the back end there, right? Not really aggressively pursuing it because they know what he wants to do. Right? You can see them angling off right here. You can see them walling off. He wants to press and then bounce, right? Get that organic cutback crease while there's more players on the front side. But if you slow play it on the backside, pause, right? Then he has nowhere to go. He has to go into the teeth of traffic. That's great game planning right there. There's a lot the Philadelphia Eagles can learn from this particular game of getting done the way they usually do teams, right? All you got to do is take back, right? Get taken aback, right? Sit down, have a breath, relax, 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 get back to basics. It's time for the meat and potatoes. It's playoff time. Nobody cares how you win in the playoffs. It's not about style points at that particular point in time, right? If people say you breezed by, right? Oh, you barely beat teams and you won the Super Bowl, who's going to care when you're hoisting that trophy at the end of the year? Will you care out there as a fan? Those who do care.
What the fuck is you stupid?
All right, it's your boy Jersey Murf, man. We'll get back at it there, but I had to get that off my chest, right? Some of the things that are bothering me, right? More Marlon Tuipulotu, less Jordan Davis. Let's get Rashad Penny out there. Let's get back to the basics. Let's run the ball and stop the run. Let's do that. Can we do that, all right? Can we? Let's go, all right? Big salute to everybody out there, man. Make sure you tip your waiter because you know I'll be serving that hibachi. Much love to everybody out here in Jersey, Philly, Delaware, Elton, Maryland. Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.